Well, we're going to move on now. A death toll from Saturday's multiple blasts in the Somali capital Mogadishu has risen to at least 29. Police say over 30 people have also been wounded in 3 different explosions, adding that the number of casualties may increase. The first incident was a bomb blast near the presidential palace outside a hotel, often visited by politicians. 2 assailants were killed and 3 were captured alive after the attack. A few minutes later, another car bomb exploded close to the former parliament building. The third explosion was heard after an attacker detonated his explosive vest. The al-Shabab terrorist group later claimed responsibility for the attacks. Somalia's president says the assailants want to create fear among the people for supporting the efforts to promote peace in the African country. Director of the Veritas Center for Strategic Studies, Mr. Riaz Karim, joins us from the British capital, London. Mr. Karim, welcome to the program. First of all, give us your thoughts on the recent spate of violence in Somalia.
Well, the recent spate of violence in Somalia is actually nothing new. Somalia has been at war with itself for almost 25 years now, and they are external contributing factors to what is happening in Somalia, and there always have been. The timing of the attack has been a point of much talk lately, as the U.S. was intensifying its activity in Somalia. In April, President Donald Trump authorized the deployment of U.S. soldiers to Somalia for the first time since 1994. Now, if you remember, the deployment brought back memories of 1993 when Somali militiamen shot down 2 Black Hawk helicopters, and 18 American Marines died, and forced the then President Bill Clinton to withdraw troops from Somalia in March of 1995. But following the April deployment, the head of the U.S. Command AFRICOM, General Thomas Waldhauser, I believe, has just visited Mogadishu on October 12th and met with Somalia's President Mohammed Abdullahi. And President Mohammed Abdullahi agreed to have a deal with the U.S. And then a U.S. Navy SEAL was killed and 2 troops were attacked on al-Shabab bases. Then on June 11th, the U.S. launched its first offensive against al-Shabab in Somalia under new relaxed rules of engagement authorized by President Trump. AFRICOM actually said that 8 al-Shabab were killed in that attack, and since then AFRICOM has launched almost weekly attacks on al-Shabab. And it said it has killed Sheikh Jabal Ali, the self-styled al-Shabab governor of Mogadishu, and later on September 1st, they killed al-Shabab commander Abu Zudayfi in Barawe in Somalia. So, under the previous administration of President Barack Obama, U.S. troops are allowed to use lethal force only in defensive situations in Somalia. Trump has apparently relaxed those rules and increased the use of drones in Somalia outside of the declared war zones. And even when there is a high likelihood of civilian casualties, a ground attack involving U.S. forces on August 25th killed 10 civilians, including 3 children, on a farm in Baraire in Somalia. And the attack in Mogadishu is therefore being seen as a retaliation to the ratcheting of the U.S. offensive activity against al-Shabab.
Thank you very much, Sir Riaz Karim, joining us from London.